Alright, hello again everybody, this is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming back at you with another Star Citizen live stream. Now let's go ahead and jump into the Star Citizen game here. I'm also on Discord, so if anybody wants to jump in and play with me, they're more than welcome to. What we're going to do is, I'm going to tour around in the universe a little bit today, and if you've got any questions, drop them into either Twitch chat or into my YouTube gaming chat, so that I can do my best to answer those for you. Alright, so we're going to go to Crusader. Jump on in. Yeah, I've got a bunch of people on our Discord. They're just all playing various other games right now, it looks like. Or they're just lingering. I don't know why someone would log into Discord and just leave it logged in unless you've got it on your phone or something like that. I can kind of guess that. But I'm sorry, I don't stay logged into social media. I know Discord is kind of like not social media, but it is in a way. I don't stay logged into Facebook. I don't stay logged into TeamSpeak or Discord or any of those. I log out. I don't know. That's just me. I only log in when I'm going to play or when, when I'm in the process of using it. Now, I understand the mobile app to get notifications of when your friends are logging in so that you can join them when they're playing and stuff like that, but I don't know. I might be my age showing through, but I don't sit here looking at my phone, waiting for someone to log in, and then when they log in, I log in. No, I'm going to log in when I'm ready to play, and if you're on, great, let's team up and play. Or if I am not doing anything and I see that you log in, then I'll come join you. But I'm not just going to sit there and wait for people to log in before I log in. No, I'm going to go in and play if I want to play. You know what I mean? Hope you know what I mean. No, I'm just being silly. But okay, we're going to look around. Kind of enjoy the graphics while we still can. Because in 3.0, everything's going to change. It might be better, it might be worse. Gotta let these magazines load. Come on. Okay, armor versus shields doesn't look very clear to me. Does it look clear to you? I've got good FPS, so I don't know. I don't know. Again, if you're in the chat, you don't have to linger there. You can ask questions if you'd like. I'm here to answer any questions or to help anybody.
Welcome to the Port Olisar ship deck. Please press the screen to continue.
Wow. I saw Dash. That's kind of trolly. The comment is trolly.
Welcome to the Port Olisar ship deck. Please press the screen to continue. Please be considerate.
I don't really know what I'm going to be doing tonight. I just wanted to get in the game and fool around.
Delivered to the launch platform.
2 mid pins already. What? Alright, got flashing lights. Bloop. Yep. And got a ship flying right over there. He's gone. Somebody just summoned a horn. I didn't see him get into it. Something happened here. I don't remember seeing any damage at Port Olisar. It just looked crooked and bent and not good. Yeah. Dang it, what am I doing? If you got any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'll be glad to do my best to answer them. Okay, we're going to do it a different way. There, a little forward momentum going on.
Aegis Combat Assist activated. Systems green. Launch complete. Landing gear retracted. Quantum travel initiated.
I guess nobody's got any questions. Okay, it's no problem. Just enjoy the show. If you just want to watch, that's fine too. I'm just basically going to mill about and answer questions. Waiting for 3.0, you know. Can't wait. We're waiting for CitizenCon in October. End of October. I was about to say middle. No, it's really closer to the end. It's like the 26th or something like that. Yeah, so if you don't know this, if you're watching on youtube.com, or I should say gaming.youtube, you see this big huge green button now on my channel. Well, that started today. Officially sponsored. Boom! Boom! So if you want to sponsor the channel, you can. And you can get all the cool emojis and the tag on your name. When my channel is eligible to get the custom emoji, you'll have it. I'm hearing Big Benny's. Let's try not to hit the little
Landing gear deployed.
Big Benny's noodles. So yum, so wow.
Landing gear retracted.
That's right. Just had to check out that Big Benny's tower. Yeah, so I'm super excited about getting a sponsorship with YouTube.com. That's really cool, but it's kind of, I don't really know everything about it yet because they just told me about it today, so I'm not sure. But I got that big sponsor button, boom, where you can sponsor the channel and help support the channel. I'm also on Twitch, but I'm not sponsored there yet, and I don't see myself getting sponsored there anytime soon, but I'm not really pushing for it. But eventually, it'll happen eventually. Especially when I do a lot more streaming, because right now I'm only playing XCOM and Star Citizen maybe 2 or 3 times a week. If you got any questions, feel free to... Hey, Alex, what's up, man? How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. And there he goes. Crash Bandicoots. Disconnect. Content corruption. Oh my gosh. What does that mean? Let's fiddle around with Area 18 then. I mean, I'm just basically milling about answering questions on the chat. If anybody's got any chat questions, feel free to drop them in chat. If not, just enjoy the show. And I'm just super excited that I got sponsored. I'm going to have to put that out on my next monthly channel update that I do every month on YouTube. I was going to do a video about Test and the Goon Squad and how they are in cooperation in EVE, because I don't know if you know this, but the Goons and Test are both in EVE as well as Star Citizen, and in EVE they had some kind of cooperation to overthrow an organization, and some details that went in behind that, where a bunch of ISK was transferred to someone's personal account, and ISK in itself has no value, but in the game of EVE, you can actually... ISK is kind of like credits in Star Citizen. If you have enough ISK, you can buy a subscription to the game using in-game currency. So, in effect, technically, in that regard, the ISK actually has a monetary value, because subscriptions have a monetary value, and you can trade ISK for a monetary valued subscription. But that's the only way you can't take it and like sell it on the open market and get money or whatever. It's not like that. But there are ships you can buy with ISK, and those ships can be sold in the open market for real money. I mean, stuff like that can happen. So in other ways, that big transfer of money to the guy's personal account, as well as all the bases being turned over to Test and the Goon Squad, leads me to... And it all happened after this leader in this organization had a meeting in Iceland with Test and the Goons. It seems to me like, now I'm speculating on this, that he was convinced, coerced, manipulated, whatever, to do this by the Test and by the Goons, and he must have been willing, because he did it, and then that 4,000 strong organization just basically collapsed overnight. And so something like that could easily, very easily, also happen in Star Citizen. And so I wanted to do a video explaining, I don't know all the facts, and I don't know all the details, and I don't really want to know all the facts or all the details. I really don't, because that's not really the subject of the video I was thinking about making. The subject of the video I was about to make was how to defend yourself versus attacks like that. And I think that I'm a good reference, and maybe the worst reference actually, but I think I'm a good reference because it's actually happened to me twice. Not in Star Citizen, Well, once in Star Citizen. Once in MechWarrior Online. So, it happened in MechWarrior Online. And I was like, shame on me for letting this happen to you. Or shame on you for doing it to me, basically. And then it happened to me in Star Citizen. And I was like, oh, shame on me because I didn't see the signs when I should have saw the signs. And so that's why I run my squadron the way I do right now, is because we're ever vigilant. We are, oh, look at that, cool. We're always on the lookout for struggle from within. Not just us fighting them, but us fighting us. So I'm always, we got a whole we have a whole enough level of internal security now. It's basically sprouted or spawned because of the mistakes I made earlier. You know, I made some early mistakes in MechWarrior Online, and then I made the same mistakes in Star Citizen, and not the game is irrelevant. It was the organizational management. The management of the organization was done in a more open and without revealing everything that I want to say in that video. I was very naive. Let's just say I was naive. I was open to suggestions by people. I was listening to my clan, my guild, my org, or whatever you want to call it. I was man, the glossy. I don't remember this floor being this shiny. Somebody's come through with a buffer and mopped it up, buffed it, put some wax down. I don't remember it being that shiny, but okay. And these guys would. On the bottom of my screen, I have YouTube to YouTube. Okay, bear with me. Let me take a look. See what I've done. But even the logo is YouTube. See that? See the logo at the top of the screen? But yeah, you're probably right. It probably should be YouTube. Well, YouTube is a website name. That's not their logo, right? I don't have twitch.tv. I don't have youtube.com. I have YouTube. But I see what you're saying. Let me pull it up on the web and just see how their logo is on the web. Well, that doesn't help. It just shows me the logo. Okay, hang on. Yep, I guess it is one word. Thank you for that. I will fix that. I gotta get back to doing what I was doing. My Window's taking forever to load. There we go. That looks good. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. That's, you know, we're working together here. Appreciate me, man. Appreciate you. Okay. So I was basically very naive, and I allowed certain players to come in to my organization that I have established. Like I'm gonna use MechWarrior Online as an example because this was the biggest hit that happened to our organization. It was the largest impacted issue, and I still have animosity towards these individuals. Where the Star Citizen one was a little more subtle and it was a little more amiable, the separation. But let me talk about the MechWarrior Online. We had about 200 people in our organization. That's not huge. I mean, it's not like astronomical, but it was a good sized organization, right? We were called the Davian Royal House Guards. That was our organization. There was a guy. He came into the organization, and he was very active. I mean, extremely active. At the time, I thought this was a blessing. I said, you know, hey, this guy's active. He's on all the time. He's great. You know, he plays with us. He's, you know, he has our same philosophy, and he basically does the same type of attacks and strategies. He had some new ideas that we were all kind of excited about and stuff like that. So it was a good fit. And at one point he said, you guys need like a recruiting officer, or we need a recruiting officer to meet the new recruits, someone to train them on the squadron tactics, and basically just let them know what everything's doing and how everything's going. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. And he goes, I'll do it if you want me to do it. He wanted to do it so badly, right? And so I was like, okay, yeah, you would be a good fit for that. I mean, you're on all the time, and all the new recruits meet you and stuff like that. I said, yeah, you should do this. And you are a good fit for our squadron and all that, or our unit at the time. It was because it was mechs. And he goes, okay, I'll do that. And so he over the next, let me just say, over the next like 6 months or so, he became extremely popular inside the organization, because every one of the new recruits, 100%, had to go through him to get approved to join the organization. They had to get trained. They had to get, you know, assigned to different other leaders in the group to, because we had lances and companies and things like that. We had 3 battalions of guys. We called ourselves a regiment. I mean, it was freaking a large organization. But he had his hands in every one of those new recruits. And then I'm gonna flash forward a couple of years, maybe not even a year. He invites a couple of people, a couple of his friends, to join our organization. Okay, cool. You know, they're your friends. They've got to be good people, right? Wrong. But they join our organization. And you can only see so much in Area 18. Okay, so they joined the organization, and within a day, or maybe 2, they had recruited about half the organization. Well, let me rephrase that. It felt like didn't I just hit escape? Okay, return. Oh, I hit the wrong one. It felt like the entire organization, because even though it was only half the organization, it was all of the active players. And so they had recruited them to join a third-party organization, another organization. So this guy brought in these outside recruiters, we'll call them, because they didn't do anything in our organization. And when they joined the organization, I played with them 1 or 2 times, and I could tell, I knew something was up because of the way that the way their wording was when they talked to me. It's like, you know, we're joining your organization, but we want to stay a separate organization. We want to keep our own unit separate, and all. It was very anti-unified, if that makes sense. And so within a couple of days, they had the majority of the active players jumped ship, I'm going to call it jump ship, onto their organization because of the promises they made. They made some promises that I look at it and I'm like, wow, that sounds really appealing, and I probably would have jumped ship myself, you know. But they promised I don't know, free mechs and their own unit to lead, and a specific type of well, their website was, I don't know, it was like it. I don't remember because it's been a few years ago, but it felt like they were promising them the world, right? And so these guys left and went to form this other unit, and they did. And all the leaders that left from my unit were promised leadership roles in that unit, right? Okay, that's fine. And then, you know, there's, I don't know how to explain it, but basically, I could see it happening as it was transpiring. Like I felt like something was wrong the whole time. I was like, that these guys were in our unit, I was like, these guys just don't feel kosher. You know, there's something about them. And then later I find out that this first individual had joined our unit with a specific goal. He was a member of another, I don't know if you're familiar with Mech Warrior, but there's different houses, right? And these house factions, basically. And we were in the Davian house faction. And he was not. He was a Liao.
Please press the screen to continue.
And he had came over to our organization with a long goal. A 6 months to a year of real-time goal of infiltrating, negotiating, talking, manipulating, until he could felt an appropriate time something was going on in the unit which would tip the scales, and something was going on in the unit that was tipping the scales. It had something to do with our European battalion, but it wasn't anything negative. It was just a time of transition. We were like switching some things around, and he took that as an opportunity to get the organization to jump ship. And what their agenda was, because I found this out later through communications with other units that had had the same thing happen to them and knew this guy from when he had been in their unit and destroyed their unit, that their goal, because they have such a small following, the Liaos do, that they felt like they needed to take actions to go into these other organizations that had numbers. We only had 200. I didn't think that was very big. But when you're looking at 20 and 30 man organizations, 200 is pretty big. And so they would target these organizations that had 200 or more people, go in there and break them up from within to basically hurt the faction, to cause our faction a little bit of trouble or upheaval or something like that. And in fact, he had basically done that, because all my leadership, except for 2 or 3, well, okay, I'm going to say half the leadership because we only had like 6 leaders. So half the leaders went with him, and he was one of them actually. So I look back at it, I'm like, wow, I should have seen the signs, because him wanting to take all the responsibility for the new recruits, and then him wanting to be in charge of all their training, and then him wanting to be the one that approves them to join the squadron, stuff like that. I mean, I call it squadron now because that's my Star Citizen thing, but it was a unit then. It was a regiment. Should have clued me in on some of his agenda and the way he worded things, and the way he tried to take over certain aspects of the organization, getting administrative rights to certain awards and things like that. It should have all clicked, but it didn't, because I'm kind of a naive, open-minded, thinking everybody's a good person. Nobody would try this. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that people would bother. It's just a computer game, you know, that kind of stuff. And I learned my lesson. And then in Star Citizen, we had almost the exact same thing happen. And I should have seen the signs again. But I told myself, it can't happen twice. You know, we had a guy, we had TeamSpeak back then, before we had Discord. We had a TeamSpeak. And there was a guy that would be in TeamSpeak, literally, and I mean literally, 24/7. He was on Teams. He would sleep at his computer, and if somebody would log into TeamSpeak, he would wake up and say, "Hi, how's it going? How are you doing? You're, great to see you again." Blah blah blah. And then he would play with you, a few matches with you. He'd hang out. I thought this was great. I thought that, and that's my fault right there. See, I was so enamored with the fact that somebody was on 24/7, greeting all the new people as they come into the TeamSpeak and all that.
Your ship is currently being delivered.
So I said, "Man, that's great. You know, you can greet all the people and say hi and everything and blah blah blah." And we had grown to about, well, let me say about 30 people came over from the Davian Royal House Guards with me. And then we grown about another 30 or so. So we had about 60 people in the organization. It's not huge. But it was a good size. I mean, we had people on all the time, especially that one guy. We had teams of 4 or 5 all the time. Never had anything less than that. And we were playing Arena Commander like a lot, because that's all we could do. We didn't have 2.0 back then. This is back before 2.0. All we had was Arena Commander, And so we played a lot of Arena Commander, a lot of Vandal Swarm, if you remember that, right? We did some racing, because racing was then. But it was almost all Vandal Swarm.
Activated. Systems green. Launch complete. Landing gear retracted.
Okay, so this guy comes to me and he says, "Hey, Mr. Everything, I am thinking about forming my own squadron. What do I need to do that?" And I'm going to tell you right now, I thought that was cool. I said, okay, this guy, he's maybe a little disgruntled with this organization, or maybe he doesn't mesh with us or whatever, but he did. But maybe he feels like he's ready, or he's built up enough, he's developed enough to make his own organization. I fully supported that. I said, this is cool. This is what you need to do. You got to get yourself a TeamSpeak channel. You got to build a website, and you got to, come up with all this and all that. And I said, really, all it is just advertising. Get out there, let people know who you are, talk to people. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. And then I even helped him set up his TeamSpeak channel, and I showed him where to go to get, free websites and stuff like that, and basically showed him how to recruit and all that. Okay. So he makes his organization. And then one day, about 20 people from our organization say, We're going to go join him in his organization. Okay. You know, that's... Do what you got to do. Go make that happen. That's fine. But the reason why they went to join his organization wasn't because they disliked me, or wasn't because they didn't like anybody in the squadron or anything like that. It's just that they felt that with him being on 24/7 all the time, they could get things done better. And I'm like, okay, if that's the way you feel, that's fine, you know, whatever. You know, some of us have a job. This guy just doesn't work. He lives off of Social Security with his grandmother. He lives with his grandmother. He couldn't even afford to have good internet, you know, or whatever. He plays with a game controller, you know, and I'm like, I'm surprised he had a computer that could run Star Citizen, to be honest. But that's being very material. But he struck me as being a what's the word I'm trying to look for? As being a burden on society. Let's just say it that way. Can you turn down 4 watt? I don't even know what 4 watt is. What do you mean turn down the settings? I don't get...
Fly off, Civvy. This ain't your business.
Well, that's not me. That's you. TVX videos, I apologize for that. But guess what? I'm streaming. I'm watching my broadcast. I'm watching my broadcast on these 2 monitors from Twitch and YouTube, and I don't see a problem. So I've got this thing up running 4 times. Plus I've got Discord. See you, Alex. Appreciate you. What? There you go. Woo, sorry, that was me tabbing out. And me just going all over the place. Sorry. I'm sorry I got on that tangent. That was just me venting. I'm sorry. I got on my soapbox and just started venting about an old 2 organizations that I had troubles with. I learned my lesson. But the whole point of that conversation, is that something like that just recently happened in EVE by organizations that are also in Star Citizen. So I wanted to kind of warn Star Citizen organizations and players to be on the lookout for the same kind of thing that might happen here because of the way the game is being designed. It's being designed to make it susceptible to that same kind of banditry. And so I want to make sure that it doesn't happen to you, you know what I mean? Or me. And TVX, if you're still watching, I want to respond to the comments you made a little bit. First of all, the game itself is not fully optimized. So I actually only have like 12 FPS, 15 FPS on the game itself. I'm streaming at 30 FPS. There is no lag there. I have no dropped frames. And both of my streams here look pretty good. So if you're saying that there's lag, it's probably because it's actually in the game. Am I going to turn the settings down for any player? Let me back that up. Let me back up what I'm about to say. Am I going to turn my settings down for one viewer who says he's getting dropped frames or lag? No, I'm not going to do that. If anything, I'm going to up the frames. If you're unable, or if your internet connection is not any good, or if your computer cannot handle a video stream from me, then I apologize. But if you have a great computer and a great internet connection, and you think the problem is on my end, it could be. Honestly, it could be on my end. But currently, looking at what I'm looking at, it is not on my end. And believe me, I don't want to play if my game's laggy. I don't want to play that. I don't want to play that way. Am I going to turn the settings down? No. I'm never going to turn the settings down. If anything, I'm going to turn them up. Because this is just me saying. I play Star Citizen. Not a whole lot. Okay, not a whole lot. I play any game out there with the graphics cranked, maximized. And if my computer doesn't work with those maximized cranked graphics, that's on me. Right? That's on me. But guess what? My computer can handle it. I don't know if you know anything about my computer, but it's not even what it has in the description. I got a description of my computer in Twitch. It's past that already. I just haven't updated that. But either way, I'm not going to downgrade my performance because someone else can't keep up. One of the reasons why I play games like the ones that I do play is because of the visuals, because of what I'm seeing. I'm a ship. I love the graphics. I love the visual porn. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at my dashboard right now at the bottom of my screen. I love that. I love the way it looks. You know, I don't play, like, there are players out there, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. All right, Alex. There are players out there that will turn their settings all the way down to minimum just to get the maximum FPS out of their game because they have to win. They're saying, I have to win this game. Guess what? I don't have to win. I don't care about winning. Winning's not really, okay, I want to win, but I don't care about it. So I don't dwell on it. I'm not like winning is everything to me. It's not. The graphics is more important to me than winning. The gameplay, the enjoyment of exploration, and the role-playing, and the meeting of new people, and the checking out the ships, and the planets, and the landscapes, and that's all what's important to me. Dogfighting you, okay, I'll have fun doing it, but I don't care if I have 15 FPS or 30 FPS. It doesn't matter to me. Hopefully that helps. Sorry. I'm being a nerd. Okay. Well, there are people, okay, right. There are people out there that have a computer that can barely run the game. So they have to turn the graphics down. And I understand that. Because if I was playing with the computer from like 3 years ago, this game would be running like crap. And I'd have to play it on low graphics. But I understand that there are people out there that have to do it that way because maybe they don't have a good computer or they haven't had the opportunity to upgrade or something like that. But don't ask me to play that way because you don't have a good computer. Turn your graphics down. How about that? Go in the settings and watch me in 240. Whoa, what am I doing? I didn't mean to do that. Okay. What I meant to do was that, because I'm trying... Okay. We're almost there. I'm taking the long trip to Grim Hex here. So, I can't wait for 3.0. Can you wait for 3.0? I can't wait for 3.0. 3.0 is going to be coming out soon. Like tomorrow? No, I'm kidding. It's going to be out relatively soon. And when it comes out, probably, I'm going to predict that it'll probably be available to PTU players. And that's not everybody, but to PTU players by CitizenCon. I'm guessing. That's a prediction. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed, but I keep looking behind me like that because I want to take the moon and the gas giant of Crusader and go into a half crescent. And once that happens, then I'll be at Grim Hex. Yeah, I probably should be turning about 30 degrees to my right. That's probably where I should be turning. So here we go. Let's do that. It's probably this group right... Whoa. It's probably that group right there. We'll fly over there and see what happens. If not, I'll go a little bit more to my left. Yeah, I love War Thunder too, by the way. Yeah, I play War Thunder every day. Played a little bit of it today. I'm disappointed with 1.71 on War Thunder. It's very... It makes the Russian bias even stronger. And so it really frustrated me. It did make some American planes a little bit better, but the same improvements that were made to those American planes were also made to the Russian planes. And in addition to those improvements, the Russians got more improvements. They got like less drag, more lift. Stronger frames. You need your graphics low on War Thunder? That's not good. You need to get a new computer. Because War Thunder is pretty much optimized. Yep, this is it. Grim. Old Grimmy. Grim Hexy. Let it slow down. That'll be fine. Should I go through the back door? I think I'm going to go in the back door. So I don't want somebody killing me. Yep, see the crescent moon? There it is. Crescent planet, actually. It's like a lunar eclipse. Okay, go ahead, Alex. Tell me that story. I'm curious. I'm always good for a story. She here need help?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure we can help though.
Just let me know. Looks like my wife got home from school and she might have some groceries. Might have to go help her carry it in. And if she does, we'll just call a stream. But otherwise, let's keep on playing. So there's a back door to Grim Hex. Oh yeah, it's right here. This is where the Idris should park if if those booms are actually still intact.
They were all like 5 years expired. Yeah.
No help?
No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
I'm tired. 12 hours today.
Yeah.
Are you leaving those white things there?
Yeah.
Ugly there.
Oh well.
Do you put them next to the shelves maybe and then put the trash cans the other way?
There were also a few other things here.
Yeah, I probably could do that.
There were also a few other things here. I don't know if they were expired.
Talking about those two trash cans right there. There's some shelves, right?
Also, there was, yeah, two.
See those white shelves?
Entire computer yoga back there. This whole thing.
Most people don't come in this way, or even know how to get in this way. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me read your little comment there. It's flying low, and I decided to use a bomber for this. And what happened is my plane glitched out. It went underground, and it went flying back up into another plane, and I lost both wings, and went flying into another plane. Killed. So you were a submarine airplane. You should patent that. No, that's a desync issue. The world didn't know where you were. Your client was thinking you were in one place, and the world thought you were in another place. I think it's this one. I could be in the wrong one. Or maybe it's the other one. Hold on. Look at all that popping. That was horrible.
This is, I know what this is. Honey butter or something.
And now I'm in.
That's a big one.
Take a look at this. I bet you haven't really taken a close look to this. Wait. It's changed. Those used to move. I don't think I've ever been up at this little landing right here. Yellow trajectory map. So, it looks like somebody just went. Okay, what is this? Departure timetable. Yellow Daymar Selen. I don't understand what all these hexes and numbers. I know it's hex because it's Grim Hex, but Green Imperial Hex. But I don't understand what the numbers, how they correlate to anything. And then solar systems, you got Crusader's not a solar system. Arccore, Kovalex is not a solar system. Terra and Nyx are. I know, right? Exactly. Okay, what is this? Monday only? Express. Saturday only. Saturday. Sunday only. Friday only. I don't get it. Okay. But it looks cool anyway. I wish I knew what it meant. Or how to read it. Got this tarp here that's moving around. That's cool. It's just pure and simply cool. I wonder what's on top of that. Look how fast you fall, man. If I fell this fast, I'd like throw up. Be like... And then, oh, hit the ground. Oh! R38. I'm investigating because I flew through here before, like super fast, not really paying attention to what everything was. This time I'm gonna check it out. What? Those are moving. Look like canvas. Using the mouse wheel. Now, see, right now I'm having to like tap my button because I don't want to go running across the street. You know, running across. I mean, I could hit the walk button, but I don't want to do that. But the mouse wheel would make it so much easier, and that's supposed to be 3.0. Just looking at the textures. Wait, what? Let's do this. Aha. It's not letting me crawl. Okay. What did my armor say? Newport News, Virginia? Fort Eustis? There's an address right there. Fort Eustis, attention, AT2FNT, Fort Eustis, Newport News, Virginia, 23604, 5300. I wonder if I sent a letter to that address, what would happen? Oh my gosh. What is making that noise? Rip. If you see something, say something. Ah, you can't move them anymore.
There's also a cup in the back with like a bunch of green.
Alright guys, well thanks for coming out, checking out this video. I'm going to go ahead and log off right now, and I'll see you again next time. Remember, we do have the big green sponsor button on YouTube. Check it out.